What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Auto Auction Rebuilds. We are back. We'll make sure I'm not getting run over. We're back at Insurance Auto Auctions here in Oklahoma City for another walk around. Let's jump into this video today and see what we find. So I'm going to be honest with you guys. I already filmed the cars that are in this video. Unfortunately, for the first time ever, my DJI mic locked up and had no audio. Like, I was barely able to get it to turn off. So I filmed about a half hour worth of footage and I lost every single minute of it because there's no audio at all. So I could go back and do a voiceover, or I can just stop what I'm doing and refilm the whole thing. So that's what I have chosen to do. We're gonna reshoot everything that I just filmed and we're gonna make it into the video you're watching today. So I hope you enjoy. I know the first car that I'm coming up to look at is right in front of me, and it's a Mustang, but it's not one that you would expect me to be looking at. It's a V6, it's a 2008, and it's wrecked. So what could I possibly want with a wrecked V6 Mustang convertible? Well, I think as soon as you see it, you might have an idea of what I want to use this car for. But I want you guys to drop your comments below and tell me if you think this is a good idea or if I would be better off just buying the parts individually instead of buying an entire car for a couple of things. So here it is. It is a wrecked 2008 Mustang V6. It's wrecked in the front. It doesn't look that bad to me. It looks like it needs a crash bar, a hood, a fender, and a bumper, and you'd be good to go. The problem with fixing this car is this is a repaint. It's a good looking paint job, but this is not the original color. You can see the original color underneath was more of a bright red. This is a very maroon type color, so paint matching this could be kind of difficult. You'd almost want to just repaint the whole car. Or here's my idea. If you notice, it's got some really bright, nice looking American racing wheels. They're limited edition wheels according to the center caps, and it's got some really good BF Goodrich tires. The tires are in excellent condition. They're 18s, which is the factory size for my 2008 Mustang GT that has really bad wheels and tires. Like, the tires are rotted, the wheels are chrome peeling, and they're just, it's all bad. It's all really, really bad. So I was thinking, if this doesn't go for too much, I could buy this and put these wheels on my flooded Mustang or my hail damaged Mustang, and I could use some of the other parts. Like, I kind of want the original taillights. Well, this has them. I like the spoiler. We could throw the spoiler on it as well. But that's not all. I wish it had the original headlights. I'd consider using those. I really like the factory look. I'm not a big fan of all of this stuff going on there. It does have an aftermarket billet grille, but I have the GT, and mine has the big fog lights, so we wouldn't be able to use the grille. Not interested in using these headlights either. But here's the next part. You know, the interior on this is unusually nice. Very rarely do you find an older Mustang with 100,000 miles that's got an interior that looks this good. Now, there is one problem. I was like, man, I could use all of these seats, but I am 99% certain that the seats, the back seats in this, and maybe the front seats as well, but I'm pretty sure the back seats will not work from a convertible into a coupe. This thing starts right up and runs great. 109,000 miles on the odometer. It's got a Kenwood Acceleron 2020 touchscreen radio, which is really nice. It also has backup camera. Very nice. Cold air conditioning, which I don't really care about, but it also has a key fob, which you can buy these key fobs for like $10 on Amazon nowadays, but mine doesn't have one. It's super easy to program. You just turn the key off and on like 8 times, and then you just push the button, and it'll be programmed. Now, this is like I said, this is a really nice car. It's got no bags blown. The seats and the doors, like everything. I could use just about everything, assuming the seats will transfer over. If they don't, well, then it wouldn't make a whole lot of sense to use these front seats and keep my red back seats. My interior is red. So I don't know if the interior is actually something we can use, but man, this thing runs so good. It really does. And the air conditioning is cold, and this is not a bad car, guys. I would almost hate to buy it, but the whole idea was this: buy this, take all the parts I want off of it and put them on my other Mustang, take the parts from the other Mustang and put them on this Mustang, and then just run this one right back through the auction and probably get all of my money back, at least most of my money back, and then all of the parts were basically free. My question is, do you think it's worth it, or should I just go buy a set of wheels and tires for that Mustang off of like Facebook Marketplace for $400 and call it a day? All right, next, I had found this Grand Am. I think it's a 2000 Grand Am, and I just love these cars. This one's got me a little sketched out though, and I'll tell you why. This is, I believe it's a 2000 Pontiac Grand Am. It's an SE, not a GT. It's a 4-door, not a 2-door. It's covered in hail damage. It's got good tires, but lots of hail damage. But the hail damage doesn't concern me. What I noticed when I first walked around it was all of the mold and mildew. Now, they did wash it, but unfortunately on the top, well, fortunately for me, you can still see all of the mold and mildew. The paint is peeling off. Extreme hail damage. The headlights are popping out, which is it's actually not the headlights, I don't think. Yeah, it is. It's the headlights. Okay, well, that's fine. That's a common problem on these. When you open the door, take a look inside. It looks decent. It should start right up because it did earlier. Yep. The dashboard is peeling up. That's another very common problem. But here's what I noticed. Number one, the air conditioning kicks on. The compressor comes on, but it blows hot air. The next thing is, as soon as it started warming up, it started running kind of rough. Now you rev it up and it's clean, but at an idle, it's kind of rough. Pop the trunk. The hood's already popped. The important window works. Less important window works, but makes noise. Steering feels good. Brakes feel good. Reverse. Drive. All right, check engine light is on. ABS light is on. Brake light is on. And I'm going to show you in this trunk here too. This is another thing I look for. When a vehicle's been sitting for a long time, all the debris, dirt, and grime and stuff kind of pools up right around the taillights, and you can see where it's been sitting for a long time. You got a baseball bat, you got some chairs, you got an emergency vest, a reflective work vest. It's got some stuff in the trunk. I don't think anything's really worth anything, but under the hood, we're going to find a 3.4 liter, the 3400 sequential fuel injection V6, which was notorious for, well, it was, a lot of people swear that these things are notorious for head gaskets, and I guess that's kind of true, but the real issue with these is the lower plenum gasket, the lower intake manifold gasket. It blows at the bottom, it leaks water into the cylinders, and then that water goes into the oil, which gives you milkshake, and it looks like a head gasket, even though it's not a head gasket. It's the lower intake manifold gasket. I don't want to say it's easy to do, but if you've done it as much as I have, it's easy to do. You can knock it out pretty quick. There's some shortcuts you can take. It's not a big deal to change that lower plenum gasket if you can get to it before it blows or before you pop a head gasket, because ultimately you will lose all of your coolant into your oil, you will damage your engine, eventually you'll probably pop a head gasket from overheating, and by that point, it's over. You know what I mean? But this engine actually sounds really good. It seems like it's idling pretty good now. Earlier, it was pretty rough, guys. So I kind of walked away from it because I was like, I don't know, it's got a lot of problems. Cosmetically, there's a lot of challenges. And then I can't help but wonder, like, and there it is idling rough again. It's like as soon as I walk away from the engine, it starts running like crap again. Yeah, I'm gonna pass on this one. I am. And I had decided that earlier too, but I don't know. I decided to give it another look. I don't think we need this on the channel, guys. I think this is probably going to be nothing but a big headache. and it's probably going to go for too much money anyway. Now, this is one that I absolutely fell in love with. It's not for sale yet. It is hail damage. It's a 97 F-150 with a 2-valve Triton V8, the good old 5.3 liter 2-valve. It is a Super Crew. It's got a long bed. It's got a Lear cap on it. This is actually a really nice truck, aside from the hail damage. You do have a receiver hitch. You've got a 7-pin connector. And take a look. I hate that I already filmed this and now I have to film it again. That kind of sucks. But I don't want you guys to miss out on any of the content. So it's got a dash pad, the carpeted dash pad. It's got the factory floor mats all back here inside this, inside this cap. Let's close this. There we go. This is a nice old truck. Again, some of you are going to say it's a hoopty, but I like it. It's got the graphics. It's got the two-tone. It's got good tires. It's got the bull guard on the front. It's just a great-looking old truck, in my opinion, despite the hail damage. I don't care. I don't let the hail damage bother me. Overall, I still think it's a wonderful-looking truck. But if you're not impressed with the outside, let me take you inside, because I think you will be impressed with the interior. Look at this door. The door panel's perfect. The dash pad, it's perfect. Other than having the Velcro sticky stuff on it for protecting the dashboard. Take a look at these back seats. Beautiful. Headliner, perfect. Center console, seats. This thing is in remarkable condition, at least on the inside. Now, if you're still not impressed, fine. Hold on. Let's put the key in the ignition. Fired right up. Oh, and the air conditioning. Yeah, it's ice cold. Ice cold air. No warning lights on the dash. Beautiful blue interior. The only downside is the mileage should be right there, and it's not. Very common problem with these Fords. I mean, super common problem with these Fords. You end up with no odometer. So who knows what the mileage actually is on it. All I can tell you is it runs like a top. And two-wheel drive, four-wheel high, four-wheel low, and it all works. There's your four-wheel drive indicator right there. You got your overdrive off for towing, and it works. Usually this is broken and you got to replace this whole shift assembly. But it works. Everything works. We'll turn that 4x4 off though. We don't need that. And yes, brakes feel good. Forward. Backwards. And park. This is such a nice old truck. It's not up for sale yet, but when it comes up for sale, I really want this. Like I really want this truck. Here's another thing that almost never works. The cup holders. Look at this. The cup holders work. And under the cup holders, look at this, an ashtray. How nice. And then over here, power outlets, 2 of them. And right next to it, you have a Sony CD changer, a CDX51RF CD changer. Whether it works or not, I don't know. But the radio works. I mean, this is a great truck. Like, everything works on this. Important window, less important window, it all works. It's a really nice running truck. I would be willing to bet that you could just take this out on the road and start working. Like, immediately. This truck would go straight to work and it probably wouldn't complain one bit. All right, so we're gonna pick up where we left off, which was at that Mustang, now that we finished on that truck. I forgot about it. I had to go back there and show it to you. We're going to see if there's anything else, because now I really can't remember the rest of the cars that I had shown in the previous video, and that sucks. That really sucks. Okay, there's a Ranger. Oh, there's not the Lexus, although I really do like this Lexus, and I missed it. I didn't see this the last time. What is this, a pedal? Boy, it's some light damage. Just so, it looks like a headlight, and it's got hail damage though. 300,000 miles. No, we'll pass. Anyway, I was thinking about bringing this to the channel. a 1992 Ford Ranger Super Crew XLT with a strange hump in the hood. What could that be? I don't know. I noticed the hump in the hood, and then I noticed down here it says 5.0. Now that's not the new style 5.0 badge. That's the old one out of like the 90s Mustang GT. So I'm thinking it's probably got a Mustang GT engine in it. It has to. It has to. Now, I already know the answer because I've already looked at it, but I'm redoing this for you guys. So I just want you to take it all in. What do you think? Good looking. It fades from a metallic black into green. I like the clear headlights. It's a good looking truck. All right. Now let's see what this hump is. That's a Giant Super Tac 2. All right. Now, it probably won't start because it didn't start earlier. Take a look at the interior, and I'm like, wow, actually doesn't look too bad, does it? Not too shabby. How about back there? All right. So, manual windows, manual locks, old school steering wheel. And then I noticed a lot of metal shavings all over the floor, everywhere. So I looked it up, and it is a theft. This is a theft recovery. But it looks like somebody went and cut a new ignition for it because, well, it works. So it does have an ignition now, and it is still dead. It was dead earlier. I didn't expect anything different. You do have this interesting, like, ratchet shifter right here that's not really, you know, bolted on or secure at all. That's nice. So why don't we take a look under the hood and let's see what it's working with, because I'm thinking, when I first saw it, probably an old school Mustang GT engine. You know, that good old fuel-injected 5-liter. Well, here we go. The big reveal. Womp, 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 womp. Well, not exactly. It's got a carburetor. And I was kind of surprised about that. You know, not that there's anything wrong with the carburetor. I mean, nothing at all. I just really expected this would have fuel injection. Now, I don't know what engine originally came in this, whether it was the V6 or the 2.3 liter 4-cylinder. But if it was the V6, I would imagine maybe the V6 would have had as much horsepower as this old carbureted engine. It does have some shorty headers. What are they, Hedman? I can't even read what that says. It's all rusted, but I mean, it's got some shorty headers, and it's got a Holley carburetor. It's definitely a small block. Looks like a 302. It's got a flamethrower coil by Petronics. It's got a high energy ignition, which comes off of a General Motors. You guys recognize that distributor off of almost every GM from the 80s and the 90s. So the question is, does it run? Well, let's find out. Oh, it's also got an air conditioning delete pulley. So we don't need to worry about cold air on this one, do we? All right, does it run? Well, let's see. It does. And you got a nice little ratchet shifter. There's drive, neutral, reverse, and park. And give it a little rev. Doesn't sound too bad. 94,000 miles on the clock. The gauges all seem to work. That's surprising. The throttle's a little hard to push. It's very stiff. But I don't know if you guys can see it, but the tack works. Yeah. You know, aside from a set of tires, and it's got a header leak or 2 or 8. Definitely hear the header leaking. Alternator is charging, which is nice. It's always good. You can turn this off, doesn't need it anymore. It runs very good. It does. It runs nice. And it sounds pretty good back here. Get back here so you can hear it. Listen to that. Dumped. right by the axle. I don't know if you guys can see it, but right there. I think it sounds good. I do. I think it sounds good. I like this truck. Definitely a project. It's a work in progress. The brackets and the throttle, the accelerator cable, is going to need some work. But you know, I think this could be a fun little cruiser. I wouldn't want to drive it in the summertime. But, you know, in the fall or in the spring when it's nice and cool, yeah, I'd drive the hell out of this. It's a fun truck, man. And I'll bet it does great burnouts. And other than that, who cares? That's all you need it to do. All right, well, comment below and tell me what you think. This one is not up for sale yet, and it's probably going to be a while before this one goes up for sale. But if you'd be interested in seeing this on the channel, well, drop your comment below, and I'll do my best to make it happen if it's something you guys would like to see. All right, guys, let's continue on our way and see if I can find anything else that I had filmed from earlier. This means I'm probably going to have to just re-walk the whole yard again. Oh, I know, I already see it. Yeah. There is something up here that I filmed for you guys. You've already seen it before, but it's finally going up for auction, and I'm actually really excited about it. Where did it go? I could have swore it was right here. We'll find it, guys. I think you guys are gonna love this. Here's one. Good Lord. Boy, that's been sitting under a tree for a long time, hadn't it? This was not here when I walked by earlier. I got a soft spot for the Rangers. I really do. It's a non-runner. 03. Oh, it's wrecked. Nah, scratch that. Let's continue on. I know it's over. There it is. I finally see it. I think you guys are going to get a kick out of this one. It's finally coming up for auction. Hell, it's been over a month since I first showed it. And I've just been waiting patiently for it to pop up on the auction block. And finally, I'm supposedly going to get my chance. My two-tone GMC S15 Jimmy. Yes, orange on the bottom, pink lavender. Let's call it lavender. It's purple, pink, lavender on the top. SLT. It does have keys. You can tell by the wheels this is four-wheel drive. You got the nice guard on the front, aftermarket flame grille. It's got the flares. It's got brand new tires. It's from Lawton, Oklahoma. Well, somewhere on here it said Lawton. This is Tinker Air Force Base out of Midwest City. But the problem is, it's locked. And yes, I tried the hatch too. It's completely, even though that makes noise, it doesn't do anything. Yeah, it's a problem because you need to open the glass in order to open the tailgate. So it's got keys in it, but it's locked. And I checked under here. Look how clean that is. I sniffed it. It smells like fresh gas. And look at these tires. It's got nipples still all over the edges of the tires. It's like this thing hasn't even been driven. Why would somebody put brand new tires on something and then park it? It's got a steering wheel. You can barely see in there, but the steering wheel is see-through and it's got lights in it. So the steering wheel assumably glows in the dark. It's got cassette tapes. I want this really bad, but I'm not willing to pay a ton of money for it because I can't pop the hood. I can't attempt to start it. I can't get into it. These tires are 26 of 2020. So they're just a couple of years old. A few years old. So it makes me wonder, like, what happened? That's not even bolted on. It's got the really nice cowl induction hood. I love that. And I think the gauges on this are digital, if I remember right. I mean, I've never seen inside, but I think this year would have the digital gauges. Anyway, this is one that I'm really excited to bring to you guys. If you're interested in seeing it, drop a comment below. I already plan on throwing a bid on it just to see what happens. Okay, let's keep moving and see what else there is. It's about time for us to get up out of here, guys. I got here really early. I got here before 9 o'clock in the morning, and it was nice and cool. There was no sun. It was all nasty clouds, and it was nice and cool. You had a good breeze blowing, a little bit of rain. You had some sprinkles. Oh, it was really nice. It's really nice. And I got here early because the heat index is supposed to be 106 today. So I thought I'm going to get here early and knock it out. And I did. I sure did. Unfortunately, the mics had no audio. So now I'm out here at after 12 o'clock. and I'm not done yet, so we got more to go. Next, the 93 F-150. Again, everything you're seeing I've already filmed, so I already know everything about it. This one was a little interesting because supposedly it doesn't run and it doesn't drive. But here's what I noticed. See, somebody puts the key in here. I took the key out. Somebody's been in here. You see this? It doesn't work. No matter what you do, it will go down, but it won't go up. Well, I got a little surprise for you. Take the key and flip it the other direction. And there you go. Now, I know that, but nobody else knows that. All right? So we're going to keep that to ourselves because I haven't decided if I'm bidding on this or not. This is from Title Max from Texas. So obviously somebody took out a loan. There's the release on this truck, a title loan. They didn't pay for it. And I guess Title Max is now sending some of their vehicles, their repossessions, up here to Oklahoma. I mean, it makes sense, I guess. I don't know if it'd be worth spending the money to ship these things here, but you know, whatever. Maybe they got a special deal on shipping. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna hook this up and we're just gonna see what happens. I mean, I already know, but you guys don't, right? Remember, this thing doesn't run or drive. It's dead as a doornail. So let's see what happens when you actually put the key in the right direction. And so far it seems like nobody's been able to figure this out but me. So this is our little secret right here. Here you go. It's dinging. It doesn't even have any mileage. It doesn't show on there what the mileage is. It's 233,976. And it runs. Of course it runs. Are you kidding me? AC does not work. Rear tank is out of gas. It runs like crap. It's missing the door handle. But the important window works. The window tint is bad. That window works as well. Missing the radio. I mean, it's you know, it's not so bad on the interior, but it's rough. It's certainly rough. Brakes are good. It goes forward and it goes backwards. It just runs like absolute dog crap. I mean, it revs up nicely, but obviously somebody cut the converters off before they got their stuff repossessed. So we're going to take this out. We're going to turn it back the other way. All right, there we go. Oh, no, now it works that way too? No, it doesn't. Well, see, that's what I mean. You just got to know how to do it. And we do. Nobody else does. So this is our little secret right here. Not that I think it's going to do a whole lot of good. Like I said, it's the 5.0 engine. It's pretty rough. I don't know what you do with this thing, but there it is. She runs. She goes into gear. And that's a wrap on this one. All right. Continuing on a little bit more, I really do not remember anything else that I looked at from this point on, so I assume when I see it, I'll remember it. I keep thinking there was something on that aisle that I looked at and I just had to show you guys. I just can't remember. This sucks. It really sucks to go back and have to redo what you already did. But, you know, it's the nature of the beast, man. Technology isn't perfect. Should we look at an F-150? No? Okay. We won't look at an F-150. It's not even damaged that bad. We're not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. There's another F-150. And another one. No. Guys, I swear there was something over here. I remember there was a Volkswagen CC. Oh, there it is. It's another Pontiac. Is this a Grand Prix? It is. It's a Grand Prix. Okay. This one was where we left off in a previous video because, well, my mics went out. So I said before, this one did not start. So we looked at it. This one did not start, but I just wanted to show you in case you missed the snake skin under the hood. This was absolutely wild, man. They stole the battery. Battery's gone. It's been parked forever. Look at that snake skin right there. Look how long that sucker is. I mean, yeah, let me lay this out for you. There you go. From there all the way over to there. That's a pretty big snake. That's a pretty big snake. Okay, so that one does not run. I tried my best and all it did was click. It would not make any attempt to start. And then we had this Volkswagen CC that I was really, really interested in. I thought it was kind of strange that it's all taped up everywhere. This is a 2012 and it's a non-runner. And I was like, what is going on with this? Because take a look at it. Aside from the windows being stuck down, it actually doesn't look too bad. Well, let me pop the hood for you. In fact, it's already popped. And I'll show you. This one does not run either. I was really disappointed. Because I popped the hood and it's like, wait a minute. What's missing? We got a mass airflow sensor, pieces, hoses disconnected. You take off the cover and seems like we're missing some coils amongst some other things. The whole air intake is missing and the coils are gone. The spark plugs are down in there though. I don't know if you can see them, but the plugs are in there, just no coils. And I searched the car and I don't see any coils in the car at all. So needless to say, this one is not going to run. I don't know what happened to it. I don't know why it's here. I wonder if you could just throw a set of coils on it and it would run like new. It could, or probably not. There's probably something very serious wrong with this. I don't know. It's a good looking car though, and performance by IE. I don't know who IE is, but good on you. I didn't see any performance parts on this either. So there it is. There it was. The Volkswagen CC. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to get out of here. I hope you enjoyed today's video. It was a little weird because I already filmed all this stuff and then I had to go back and film it again. It was definitely different for me, but I hope you enjoyed the content nonetheless. If you did, hit the thumbs up button and let me know. Consider subscribing to the channel if you're not already subscribed. Until next time, stay safe out there, everybody. I look forward to seeing you all again very soon in the next one.